Welcome back to the Profits of IT. I am Jim Punzenberger, your host, creator of ManagedProspectingSystem.com, and author of $0 Advertising Strategies. Before we begin, a quick word from our sponsor. This episode is brought to you by ManagedProspectingSystem.com, a proven three-pillar system that helps IT organizations generate predictable leads through authority content, LinkedIn outreach, and targeted email campaigns. If you're done hoping the phone rings and you're ready for real pipeline, check out ManagedProspectingSystem.com. I'm excited today to be talking to a guy who's going to make a lot of IT companies owners uncomfortable in the best way possible. He's the CEO and president of Eliminate Digital. He specializes in helping businesses actually get found online. And here's the number that you should get your attention. He just saw a net profit increase of over 438% from 24 to 25, not revenue, that's profit. He's going to tell you exactly how he did it. Brian Stoll, welcome to Profits of IT.
Thanks for having me, Jim. I appreciate it.
Well, Brian, you picked a great walk-up song, Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin. That's must have something to do with those guitars that are out hanging behind you also.
A little bit, but every single time I try to play a Jimmy Page riff, I'm like, well, there's the first part. Now there's the other 80 parts that are in the song that I can't figure out. So, but someday we can dream, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't dream about being able to play the guitar. I just know I'm not musically talented, so I'll leave that to you.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So, yeah, thanks for the kind words too. So, like that was the smartest in IT. So I try to be as smart as I can. I think maybe the smartest thing that I've ever done is I don't stop learning.
That's, I guess, what you have to do if you want to be smart, right?
Yep, yep. So the
So,
smartest people sometimes are not the smartest people on the front end. I think they are the people who know that they still don't know enough, and so you commit to a lifetime of learning. So that's kind of been my motto.
well, Brian, let's jump into your truth bomb. And this one's going to hit home for almost every IT owner listening. You told me the biggest misconception is that digital marketing is hard. And coming from a digital marketing CEO, that's a bold thing to say. Want to expand on that?
Yeah. So when I start working with a lot of clients and people that are within my network, and they talk about how the marketing side of everything is like one of the hardest parts of their business. They stick it in with the finance and the accounting side of the business. I'm like, it's not as hard as that, um, but it is hard if you don't pay attention to the numbers. And so when I start looking at it, like how can we make it simpler? Let's start looking at the numbers that you already have. And like how many people are coming to your website? How many people see your website? How many people see your Google business profile? So start with some of the basics and like what do you have right now? And let's look at the numbers. How many people see it? How many people react to it? It's a couple really simple numbers to start with. And then the other thing with marketing that people don't like they make it more difficult than it is. All it is communication. Like you and I right now in this conversation, and then your listeners right now, as we're telling them this, that this is communication.
Yes.
That's all marketing is. It's communication. I have a very good solution. You have a problem. Here's the solution to your problem. Now, let's just have a conversation and let's talk about how to be able to solve that problem.
Right. And when we talked earlier, you mentioned a great metaphor, and that was you said your website should act like a salesperson, not a brochure. You want to explain that?
Yeah. Well, so a lot of your listeners are probably going to be familiar with the sales and marketing funnel. You've got people outside of that funnel, you got people inside the funnel, and and then if they are in the funnel, where are they within that funnel? Um, I spent 20 plus years in sales, whether that was over the phone with people all over the country in marketing and website development, even selling in retail, commissioned retail jobs. And there's always a process. Once you get the people in the door, which if it's on your website, they're in the door. But when you're a face-to-face salesperson, there's a process. You need to be able to ask and go through the discovery process. Well, your website should delve into some of those discovery type things in a good way to be able to communicate those things. Do you have a problem with this? Do you have a problem with that? Have you ever noticed that you lose money every single time you do X? Things like that. And as business owners, we know a lot of these questions that our customers are always asking. Why don't you put those questions and concerns on your website if they're not there already? And then answer that question and then use that as a step to take them to the next place within a website. Um, so if you have the problems listed on your on the website of the problems that you solve, and then here's our solutions. Maybe it's multiple different solutions. My company has that. I've got multiple solutions for the same problem. But sometimes the problem is bigger for some companies, so they need multiple solutions. Other ones, it's the same problem, just smaller, and they're a smaller company, so they maybe only need one little solution. And so then you need to help that person and speak to them and communicate with them. Here's the next step. Do you want to learn more? Let's go to the page that has that more information on that. Or have I told you enough? Click here and schedule an appointment. Click here and call. Click here and fill out a form. Click here and fill out a form to request a quote or request an estimate. And then give them multiple different ways. So the thing about with a website is, yes, it should be a good salesperson for you, but you have to anticipate the different avenues that a customer wants to take. Do you know that there's engineers that are going to end up on your website? You better have a whole lot of information. Or do you have a type A personality who wants to get stuff done now? You better have a phone number. So, and then you better have all that stuff in between.
Right.
And so think about it. If you're trying to sell a client that's never been on your website, take 4 different personality types. How are you going to have to go through that sales process? And then think about those people landing on your website. What are the different ways that you can get them to go to different sections, depending on that personality type and where are they in that sales funnel? And then, like mentioned, like I was saying, your website should not just be a brochure. Like, how many brochures do you see at a hotel sitting in the beginning of the lobby, and then you go there a year later, it's the same brochure? Like, people are not reading those things, and if your website is not interesting enough to be able to just read about it, you're not going to get the phone calls, you're not going to get the clicks. And you spend a lot of money on that website. You've probably spent a lot of money driving traffic. Make sure that website converts
That
and
makes
try
sense.
try different avenues. Ask different questions sometimes.
So, Brian, let's shift gears a moment to your superpower. And yours goes deeper than a business tactic. You told me your unique strength is focusing on the why. And you shared a quote that I think is one of the best one-liners in business. You can have everything you want in life as long as you help enough people. So where does that come from?
I believe it's Zig Ziglar. So any of the old school sales people that are listening right now, You may remember Zig Ziglar, and for anybody who doesn't know who Zig Ziglar is, he still has. He's passed away now, but he's got a whole organization that's still around, and he was a fantastic salesperson. Started his life, I think, in selling pots and pans, and door to door. So the old school salesperson. And what it comes down to is that from a business sense, for me owning my business, our goal is to be able to help business owners grow their business. And a lot of times, majority of our clients, including my company, we're all small business owners. We're building a dream, and we're building a company that helps. Part of my why is to be able to spend time with dogs and spend time outdoors. That's part of my why. And in order to be able to to get those things that I wanted to build a company that helped other people achieve their dreams. And so by building a company that actually helps other companies grow digitally online, our little slogan is that we have is that we are an organic digital marketing company. So it's all the SEO, the website design, conversions, things like that. So helping enough people, you can achieve everything that you want. And so with my company is that if my company doesn't make enough money, I haven't helped enough people. And if I want to achieve more, I need to help more people. And I've gotten to where I am today because I've helped a lot of businesses. And hopefully I did that before I started my company too. But the longer I go as a business owner, the more I get to the point where I'm like, I am helping more people. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yes, it does. And so before I let you go here, Ryan, let's talk about what you're most excited about right now at ID. And I've heard that this it's something about you've launched a AI powered platform that optimizes Google business profiles.
Yes. So the product and service is called Google Business 360. And the idea behind that name is that we are optimizing Google business profiles from a 360-degree range. So a lot of business owners don't even know that they have a Google Business 360. Another portion of them don't know what to do with it after they just get their name, address, and phone number and they get verified. Okay, good, great. I have my name, address, and phone number on Google. We're good to go. I can take care of other things. What our service does is it optimizes it on the front end to make sure that AI goes through and it reads what are your business products, what are your business services, and then it looks at your website. If there are services that are not listed on your Google Business 360, AI will suggest that here's the other ones that you can add. Do you want to add them? Yes or no. Click yes. It could be 60 different services that it's going to put on there. AI will do that. AI will also write the description, and it's going to write the description based on the copy that you have inside of your Google Business profile, but also based on your website. So that way it sounds like you. And then it's going to actually create posts. This is something a lot of people don't know, that you can actually put a post just like you do on Facebook, but you put it on your Google Business profile. But this time the keywords matter and the quality of the copy matters in order for search engine optimization. But it optimizes your profile too. In turn, all of this stuff that AI is doing, and there's a lot more to it, but ultimately, it's going to get you more phone calls. It's going to get you more clicks to a website. And it's also for if you want people to come to your retail location or your restaurant, it's going to get more people through the door. So that click to get directions and going all the way back to looking at marketing's not that hard. if you know what your numbers are. Google Business Profiles offer you, it tells you how many people asked for directions, how many people clicked the web for the website, how many people look at those numbers, and then our Google Business 360 can look at comparisons. This 30 days compared to the previous 30 days, this 3 months compared to the previous 3 months. And you'll actually see the heat maps in your city where your business shows up in the top. Let's say it's only 20 is your average rank. Now to 3 to 4 months, now you're number one. And we've seen improvements on the low end for clients, 150% improvement compared to their previous rank. Some of the best we've actually seen 10,000% improvements
Wow.
on map rankings, and that's amazing. So like your average rank is 20 or higher, and the companies that have seen those massive improvements are looking at their average rank is 1.2, and so that makes a huge difference on whether you actually even get seen when somebody's doing a keyword search. And if you're not in that top three, you lose like a 60% chance of somebody clicking on you. Then if you're not in the top 10, now you're like a 90% chance. Because with Google Maps, it only shows the top three.
Hmm.
Usually it's because it's their closest company. Well, if you're in a highly competitive field, restaurants, if you're downtown of almost any town, if somebody is on one side of town, opposite end of town, and you're ranked fifth, you're probably not gonna get that click. And in many towns throughout the United States where you have 75 to 150,000 people, it's only 10 minutes to get to the other side of town most of the time. It's not like it's LA or Chicago.
Yes.
And so if you can actually leapfrog those companies and show up in third, second, or first position, now you have a chance and be like, hey, you've got the best barbecue in town. People want to come eat your best barbecue. Let's, you know, I'll drive across town. I'll drive 10 minutes instead of 3 minutes to go get better barbecue. I think most people would.
Right.
Most people, some of them will drive an hour. So yeah, let's make sure you rank number one.
That sounds great. So if you pique somebody's interest and they'd want to learn more, get into contact with you, what would be a good way of doing that?
So one of the best ways you can actually contact me directly on my phone line, it's 319-310-4648. Be able to learn more about us is our website. It's illuminatedigital.net. It's the illuminate with the I, not the E. And then they can also reach me at, or anybody within the company, going to info@illuminatedigital.net.
Uh, and also check the show notes. We'll include the information in the show notes.
Right there.
And before we sign off here, if you're an IT company owner and you're tired of inconsistent leads, unpredictable revenue, and marketing that doesn't deliver, head over to managedprospectingsystem.com. I'm Jim Punzenberger. I built this system because I've been in your shoes. I've owned an MSP, and I know what it takes to build real pipeline. Once again, that's managedprospectingsystem.com. Thank you, Brian. And until next time, stay hydrated and caffeinated. Bye for now.
Thanks, Jim.